Okay. Real life. Why does everyone always say that? Oh well. Alright, so tonight, continuing with Enoch, where we left off. So I believe this will be chapter 17. It's going to be I think it's the second portion of the book. But yeah, chapter 17. Alright. Anyone who joins in, be sure to share this thing out so we can get this thing out. And I'll just go ahead and just jump right into it. Alright, chapter 17. And they took and brought me to a place in which those who were there were like flaming fire, and when they wished they appeared as men, and they brought me to a place of darkness, and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the places of the luminaries, and the treasuries of the stars, and of the thunder, and of the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows, and their quiver, and a fiery sword, and all the lightnings. And they took me to the living waters, and to the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. And I came to a river of fire, in which the fire flows like water, and discharges itself into the great sea towards the west. I saw the great rivers, and came to the great river, and to the great darkness, and to the place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter, and the place whence all the waters of the deep flow. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the deep. 18. And I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished them with them the whole creation, and the firm foundations of the earth. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of heaven. And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven, and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of the heaven. I saw the winds of heaven, which turn and bring the circumstance of the sun and all the stars to their setting. And I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heavens above. And I proceeded, and I saw a place which burns day and night, where there are 7 mountains of magnificent stones, 3 towards the east, and 3 towards the south, and as for those towards the east, one was of colored stone, and one of pearl, and one of jacinth, and those towards the south of red stone. But the middle one reached to heaven like the throne of God, of alabaster, and the summit of the throne was of sapphire. And I saw a flaming fire, and beyond these mountains, as a region, the end of the great earth. There the heavens were completed, and I saw a deep abyss with columns of heavenly fire, and among them I saw columns of fire fall, which were beyond measure alike towards the height and towards the depth. And beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of the heaven above, and no firmly founded earth beneath it. There was no water upon it, and no birds. It was a waste and horrible place. I saw 7 stars like great burning mountains, and to me, when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven, and the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years. And Uriel, chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand, till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged, till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, and the end of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. Chapter 20. This is the names of the functions of the 7 angels. And for those who are just joining me, I'm in chapter 20 of this book, so y'all can get a good look at it. And there are the names of, and these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels, who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is over the best of mankind and over chaos, best part of mankind and over chaos. Seraquel, one of the holy angels, who is set over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels, who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels, whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven being bound together in it like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, For what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why are you eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former, and I saw a burning thing, or I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there, which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, How fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why have you such fear and affright? And I answered, Because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, This place is a prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 22. And thence I went to another place, and the mountain and of hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. Then Raphael answered one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, These holy places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein, yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here, and these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw... Really? I'm not sure if y'all hear that or not. Alright. Meat suit. See if I can find where I was here. Alright. And these places have been made to receive them until the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of the dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, This spirit which maketh suit, who is it, whose voice goes forth and makes suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, This is the spirit which went forth from Abel, him or whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him, till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. Then I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, Why is one separated from the other? And he answered me, and said unto me, These three have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been made for the spirits of righteousness, in which there is the bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever, and such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction when they were slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors who shall be companions, but their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. And I blessed the glory of the Lord of glory, and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. 23. From thence I went to another place, to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire, which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Regulus, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me, and said unto me, This course of fire which thou hast seen is a fire in the west, which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. 24. And And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire, which burnt day and night. And I went beyond it, and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other, and the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other. And deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other, and the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. Amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither had any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit and its dates of a palm. Then I said, how beautiful is this tree, fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms are delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels, who was with me, and was their leader. 25. And he said unto me, Enoch, why doth you ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why do you wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, this high mountain which you have seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the great, holy great one, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruits shall be food for the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I the Lord of glory, and the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give them. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming of a dismembered tree. And there I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain, higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain, and to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of smaller elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was in the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep, ran narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine, yea, I marveled very much. 27. Then said I, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between. Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are cursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and his glory speak hard things, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, and the blessed of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and forth his glory, and lauded him gloriously. 28. And thence I went towards the east, and into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants, and water gushed forth from above, rushing like a copious watercourse, which flowed towards the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. 29. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range, and there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. 30. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water, and therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic, and on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond these I proceeded to the east. 31. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sarara and Galbanum. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon also aloe trees, and all the trees were full of staked, being like almond trees, and when one burned it, it smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. 32. And after these fragrant odors I looked towards the north, over the mountains. I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard, and fragrant trees, and cinnamon and pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains, far towards the east of the earth, and passed over Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the ancient Zotil, and came to the garden of righteousness. And I went afar off trees, and wow, this is really a word, weird. And from afar off trees were more numerous than it's weirded really weirdly. These trees, and great 2 trees there, very great, beautiful, and glorious, and magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they eat, and know great wisdom. That tree is in height like the fir, and its loaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruit is like the clusters of vine, very beautiful. And the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Then I said, How beautiful is the tree, and how attractive it is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered me and said, This is a tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years, and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten, and they learned wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. 33. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw there great beasts, and differed from the other. And I saw birds also, differing in appearance, and beauty, and voice, one differing from another. And to the east of those beasts, and to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heavens rest, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself, according to their number, and their names, and their courses, and their positions, and their times, and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me, and wrote them down for me. Also their names, who wrote for me their laws and their companies. 34. And from thence I went towards the north, to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device to the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. 35. And from thence I went towards the west, to the ends of the earth, and I saw 3 portals of the heavens open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, and the same number of outlets. 36. And from thence I went to the south, to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven, and thence there came dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east, to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west of the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels, and to spirits, and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation, that they might see the work of his might, and praise the great work of his hands, and bless him forever. Okay, so apparently that was the end of the first section. Let me see here. How long is section 2? I might start section 2 next week, so it won't be all mixed up. Wow, section 2 is pretty long. Okay, yep, I'll go ahead and stop this tonight and resume next week in section 2, so that they won't be split up and chaotic, yada yada. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight. Again, as usual, don't forget to check out the website, www.gothicmystic.com, and if you're interested in supporting this project, this ministry, go to patreon.com/thegothicmystic, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. And I look forward to next week, and Also, next week, me and a friend of mine will actually be going live, I think on YouTube, to actually discuss Enoch and kind of start going through the book of Enoch and just having a good, deep discussion regarding it. And so be sure to check that out. Until next time, y'all take care.